during this journey, what was your biggest challenge uh, for CET and how did you overcome it?
Aditya, honestly बताऊँ तो biggest challenge wasn't quant or LR or verbal or abstract. The biggest challenge was my own mindset because I'll tell you after CATs that results were came out, I was literally disappointed and I had invested months into the preparation and naturally I had the high expectations from them. So when the result didn't go as the plan, self-doubts started creeping in. The questions like maybe I'm not good enough, maybe MBA isn't there for me. What if CT also goes the same way? That kept running in my mind. And as I said, I almost for the 15 days I didn't touch the single book. And I think many aspirants go through same phase as well, but don't talk to you about it openly. At that point, I realized that before improving my scores, I had to improve my mindset first. So I started doing few simple things that I began watching some motivational TEDx talks on YouTube for self-belief and growth mindset. They reminded me that one exam result doesn't define your potential, and the success comes after the few setbacks. And I started meditation also before my study sessions, and I started talking positively to myself. And most importantly, I started believing that maybe this entire journey was a part of God's plan. And then I created my daily routine every day, give a mock, analyze the mock, and practice vocabulary and sections. No excuses. But there was one more thing that became very personal to me. Before every mock, I used to write a manifestation on my tablet. In fact, मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ वो, एक मिनट. Yeah, so this was my rough work. I don't know if it is visible or not.
Okay, yes, yes, now it's visible.
I, I'll I'll read it for you. So I used to write I will score 99.9 plus percentile in MBA CET 26. I will get an admission in JBIMS MMS batch 2026-28. God is with me. I am the best, and all fame reaches to Bappa. He is great. So this I used to write for every mock, and even for the exam also. For in the rough sheet, I have written this before the exam. So these lines were reminder to me that I had to stop focusing on fears. I had to start focusing on my actions. And once my mindset changed, everything started falling into place. I gave 85 plus marks, analyzed every mistake, and gradually gained my confidence back. And because when you start believing that something is possible, you begin to put effort required that should you put the effort that required to make it happen. And that's exactly what happened in my case, Aditya.
Amazing, amazing. The score that you manifested during mocks exactly वही आया है. That
Exact
is
same score.
unbelievable लग रहा है मुझे. It is straight out of a
Because
movie or TV show और ये सब जो
last
12th
year
फेल
I
जैसे
saw.
दिखते हैं हम लोग.
Yeah. So because last year I saw my category's first student was 99.90. So I thought this year I should get this score so that I should be in a comfortable position. Yeah. So that was my plan.
Amazing, amazing. So you were taking a mock every day. कैसे manage किया along with your job? Because you mentioned you are also working, right? So how did your daily
No,
schedule look like?
actually, from September 25, I started preparing it for fully.
Okay, okay.
And yeah, and for CET focused preparation, I really started it from January 26. So I'll tell you my typical day how it was. So by the time January 2026, ZAT and CAT ki wajah se all concepts were already covered. So I didn't spend much time on learning new concepts. So I focused on mocks and mocks analysis. So my schedule was very simple. There was no fancy study plans, no 15-hour study sessions, no complicated timetables. Just one mock, one analysis session, and one improvement session.
Okay.
So no matter how my day went, these 3 tasks had to be completed. So my day would usually start around 10:30 in the morning. So the morning was dedicated to full length mock, and after that I would take a break for lunch, then spend afternoon for analysis and mocking details. And honestly, I think mock analysis was more important in mock itself. So I wasn't just checking my score. I was trying to understand which where did I lose marks, which questions took extra time, which question should I have left, then what patterns I'm repeating. And in the evening, I was that was reserved to vocabulary practice and sectional practice for the weak areas. And usually मैं 8 बजे शाम को क्लोज कर देता था. And then I'm a huge cricket fan and diehard Rohit Sharma fan. So whenever I wanted to relax, I would just watch cricket matches, movies, web series. But there was one rule during that relaxation time. I would not think about studies. No guilt, no score calculation, just pure enjoyment. And I think that helped me a lot because people often believe कि कोई टॉप एग्जाम क्रैक करने के लिए यू नीड टू स्टॉप सेलिब्रेटिंग फेस्टिवल, यू नीड टू स्टॉप मीटिंग फ्रेंड्स, स्टॉप गोइंग आउट and completely disconnect from the world. But personally, I don't agree with that. So if you isolate yourself too much, and preparation starts feeling like punishment, and when your mind isn't happy, it eventually reflects in your performance. So I always try to maintain that balance. Study seriously when it's time to study, and relax completely when it's time to relax. And enjoy the process, trust the process, and don't forget to enjoy the life while preparing it.
Amazing. I think anyone who's preparing with a gap or who's planning to prepare with a gap, this is a very good plan you can set for the day. I mean, after you finish concept, so I think this is a very, very good plan because it is enough time for each activity. And exactly, guys, mock is just in this equation also just 33%. मतलब time will ऊपर नीचे होगा, but the analysis session mock से भी ज्यादा टाइम लग सकता है, वो improvement session, ये दोनों बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ये दोनों सेशन नहीं होता आफ्टर अ मॉक तो नेक्स्ट मॉक देने का कोई भी मतलब नहीं है. सो प्लीज whenever you start taking mocks, you should improve, analyze before you take the next mock. So Nitin,
Correct.
you would have prepared with a lot of peers around you. Do you see ऐसे कुछ common mistakes जो aspirants करते हैं जिनकी वजह से they are not able to crack CET or not get their dream college?
Aditya, I had few points that mistakes. It would be random preparation. The first mistake will be random preparation. A lot of aspirants क्या करते हैं कि on spot decide करते हैं कि आज ये कर लेते हैं, आज वो कर लेते हैं. Some days they do con, some days they do LR, और कभी कभी यूट्यूब पे वीडियो देख लेंगे 4 घंटे का. And they feel it is productive, but I think without a proper clear plan, it is very difficult to progress. मुझे लगता है सबको एक डेली नॉन नेगोशिएबल रेडी रखना चाहिए कि irrespective of how they went, I have to complete this task. For me, it was one mock every day, mock analysis and sectional. So everyone has to make their own daily non-negotiables so that they can track their improvement. Then second big mistake, I think, not analyzing mocks properly. So many of us are obsessed with scores and very few study their mistakes. And I think that's the difference. After every mock, I used to write down why did I get this question wrong? Why did I spend so much time on it? And why did I attempt this question when I should have skipped it? So your percentile doesn't improve when you give a mock. It improves when you analyze it properly. And third mistake, I would say becoming complacent after few good scores. And I think that's the dangerous trap. So in my case also, after my first 10-15 mocks, I was consistently appearing in top 5 rankings and my scores were around 150 plus out of 200. And at that point, it would have been very easy to think, "यार बस हो गया अभी, I am ready. I can crack the exam." But I looked it differently. कि 150 marks are out of 200 means there are still 25% of question paper I am not able to solve, and there is a very big room for improvement. And this is where I relate the preparation with cricket also. So if you look at every other batsman today, neither of them stop practicing after scoring century. In fact, they consistently reinvent their game and work on their weaknesses even after becoming the greatest players in the world. And Virat also once said that consistency comes when you do the things repeatedly day after day, and even if it feels boring to you. And I think that's how CET preparation also works. You have to continue working even when things are going well, and because the moment you think I'm already good enough, someone else is preparing hard and someone else is analyzing their mock and getting better than you. So that's the difference, I think.
Amazing advice and very common mistakes. I think unfortunately ये mistakes है जैसे students get costed their seat. But I think please listen to this advice, guys, by someone who has achieved his goal. And Nitin, what is your final message to this year's aspirants of MBA or MBA CT, all the aspirants who are trying to get into their dream college?
I mean, I'm not good enough to give any advice to anyone, but if I could have just give one piece of advice, guys, that is treat pressure as privilege. So I know most of us who prepare for MBA exams come from middle class family, and we dream of getting into tier one college not just for ourselves but for our family too, and the life we want to create for them. And naturally, this dream brings up pressure, and the pressure of failure, the pressure of expectations, pressure of wondering what if I don't make it. And honestly ये normal है, मेरे साथ भी हुआ है. But at some point I stopped seeing pressure as an enemy. I started seeing it as a privilege, because that keeps you humble and it keeps you focused and it keeps you reminding that the goals matters, and it stops you taking opportunities for granted. So instead of running away from pressure, let's learn to channel it. For a few months, put blinders on, and like a racehorse, stop looking left and right. Stop comparing your scores with everyone. Stop worrying about who is ahead, and just focus on your scores. Just focus on your lane and keep running. And especially for repeaters watching this, I would say, please don't tell yourself, "यार मैं खत्म हो गया, अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता." Instead, tell yourself that life has given you one more chance, a fresh start, a new opportunity to do things differently. Because sometimes your biggest setbacks becomes the biggest reason for your comeback. That happened with me also. And one more thing, I personally experienced that life will not always go according to your plans. You will work hard and still fail sometimes, and you will deserve success, but still have to wait for it. You will question yourself. You will went through all these failures, but throughout my journey मैंने एक चीज सीखी और मैं उस पे बिलीव भी करता हूँ कि God's plan is always the best plan. Today, when I look back to my failures, I think they pushed me towards the journey that eventually led me to 99.90 percentile. So have faith, guys. Work hard and trust the process. Trust the God's timings. And when things become difficult, remind yourself that maybe something even better is getting prepared for you. And yeah, dreams do come true, but only after they taste you how badly you want them. And I will end up this by saying, "यार मेहनत करो, क्योंकि मेहनत करने से हो जाता है, मैंने करके देख लिया।
Very, very well said, Nitin. I'm sure this is going to be one of the best interviews on this channel and बहुत सारे students motivate और inspire होने वाले से. And maybe next year when you're a senior at JBIMS, people will come up to you and say कि we watched your video and उनको inspire किया था. I hope this happens.
Yes,
Uh,
I'll be glad, yeah.
so guys, do work really hard, get into your dream college, and remember, even if MBA is just one path, now that you know both results are out, some of you might drop the MBA plan also, which is also completely okay. MBA एक path है to have a good job, have a better life, but there are multiple such paths, and इसमें even if नहीं होता है, you should put your effort somewhere else, work hard, and get a result somewhere else. Because this is not the only path for a better life for your family, more money, respect in society. बहुत सारे paths हैं. So don't be disheartened. But if you do decide to do an MBA and take exams again, all the best and work really hard. Thank you so much for watching.